welcome Annette Rugolo.
Good morning, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Yes. Awesome. As I was preparing, one of the things I usually do is send Gary a description of what I'm going to talk about, and I forgot this time. And it was probably a good thing because there was so many things that started percolating over the last couple days. And I started getting very excited about being here and sharing some different things to hopefully help you with the theme of our month, which is removing the mask. So there was a lot of things that I was thinking about that I can talk about around that, and a few things that came up over the last couple days. So first of all, today is October 20th. I have, 46 years ago, I was giving birth to my daughter, and I was thinking about that this morning. And it's one of those moments when we have some kind of event that starts having us think about where I was then and where I am now. So you probably have those times in your life when you look back 20 years ago and go, I never would have imagined I'd be doing what I'm doing now when I look back 20 years ago, even 10 years ago, and sometimes even 5 years ago. So what I see is this unfolding, this awakening, this expansion, this alignment of who we are. And who we are is magnificent. And that's something I want to share with you today, talk to you about, and help you really connect with your own magnificence. And there are, the other piece that I was really thinking about was how we hide ourselves. So one of the things that I realized as I stepped onto what I would consider my spiritual path was all the ways I was hiding myself. And I would never have been standing here 20 years ago, even 10 years ago, to talk about what I'm doing now. But it's this unfolding that we have an opportunity to step into, and each one of you on a soul level is here to do something to uplift yourself, others, humankind, the planet. And what that is for you is unique to you. Not everybody is going to be standing up here speaking at some point, but some of you are going to be out there as healers. Some of you already are. And I see over the years as I'm working with people that people are stepping into what they're here to do at a bigger and bigger rate. And sometimes people just need some help. One of the things that helped me on my journey, in 2001, I took a class called The Inner Diamond. And it's the creator is Marie Diamond, and I met the spiritual teacher in 2001. She's originally from Belgium. She lived here in the United States for 10 years, and she created two of the classes I teach, the Inner Diamond and the Diamond Dowsing. And both of those programs, methods, changed my life. So in 2001, I'm sitting at that time, and I had started I read all the books, and I was a sponge. I was hungry for everything that I could get my hands on. So I'm sure some of you have gone through that stage where you can't get enough information, you can't get enough insights, you're ready to really expand and grow. So I was at that place at the time looking for something to really transform my life. Before that, I had been doing a meditation for 8 years, and it quieted my mind. It was wonderful. But one of the things I realized after 8 years is my life ultimately did not change. I was responding to things in the same way. I was thinking about things the same way. I was in judgment, really about myself. But criticalness, the self-critical, I couldn't forgive myself for things that I had done in the past. And it's like, why isn't something changing? Something should change. And if there's no transformation, what's the purpose of sitting for 20 to 30 minutes a day in a meditation? So quieting the mind is wonderful, but ultimately I wanted transformation. So I ended up at this Inner Diamond class. And the Inner Diamond is, I got done through after a 2-day class and realized I was given what I call maps and tools. I wanted to know on a soul level, a spiritual level, where I was. And there's certain levels, we call it soul initiations. There's certain levels of connection, expansion, alignment. And it's like, where am I on my journey? Am I lost? Am I on the right track? Where? What's going on? So I got a map of where I was and how to consciously connect with where I was on my journey. So it was a path. It also gave me tools. And the tools I've been working with since 2001 are the tools of 24 light frequencies. And these light frequencies, they're quantum colors. Some people, as they start working with them, they see the color, they feel the vibration. Some people hear the frequency of them. Some people actually smell them. They have a smell. So they're quantum frequencies that as you bring them into your life, they're high vibrational frequencies, colors, that will start transforming anything in your life that's ready to be transformed. And if you're ready for transformation, they're very powerful tools to start working with. So one of the things I started doing was, of course, working with these colors. I wanted to explore, I wanted to feel, I wanted to see if these were make a difference. So as I started working with them, one of the things that the colors do, there's 24 of them, first of all. There's 12 masculine colors and 12 feminine colors. So it's this yin-yang balance that as we bring in these frequencies, it creates a yin-yang experience. It brings us into balance within ourselves. And as we connect in with these light frequencies, it helps us see things in ourselves that need to be changed, that we want to transform. So unless we're aware of some of these things, we can't change something we don't see. So we're going to talk a little bit about masks. So we hide ourselves. Before we go more there, I want to share a conversation. So my husband's here today. He came here with me. And we were talking about masks on the way here. So there's, and that's kind of what I was thinking about this before today. There are masks that we wear that we hide behind, okay? And in that situation, there's masks, I think of the superheroes. And then I was thinking about it, it's like, why are superheroes wearing masks? Why does Batman or Batman, I grew up in an age of Zorro. Anyone remember Zorro? Okay. So they're wearing these masks, Spider-Man. You think of all of our masked heroes, and I started thinking about it. Why are they wearing masks? Why aren't they just letting the world know, this is my superpower, this is who I am, and this is what I'm here to do, to help save humanity or help people. Why are they wearing masks? So I'm having this conversation with my husband on the way here, and he reminded me of a movie he saw. It's the end of actually Kill Bill. I haven't seen that movie, but he did a while ago. So the character in that movie was shared about Superman. And Superman is one of the superheroes that doesn't wear a mask. It is who he is. He is Superman. And then he puts on his mask of putting these glasses on and changing his personality to bring it down more into relatable form for human beings. But so Superman is somebody who doesn't wear a mask. Okay? So as our soul is here to do superpower stuff, it's really important that we take the mask off. And as we continue to do this work, it's like we're shining our light. We're showing the world who we are in our brightest vibration, in our most expanded level of ourself. Okay? So then I'm looking at the masks we put on, and I love working with energy and patterns and different programs that we have created or allowed. And I became very curious over the years as I continued to do this work about where did that start? Where did that start in a past life? Did it start in our families? Did it start in our societies? So it's something that we're taught or we see and say, this is what we have to do to survive. Or this is what we have to do to be accepted. This is what we have to do to save ourselves or to fit in. Whatever that looks like, we put on something that makes us look less than our brilliant self, kind of like Superman, to fit into the human tradition conditions, okay? So some of these patterns, and I'm sure you've heard, many of you have heard this, but a simple pattern, an example of that, I remember this story, now this is a few years old, of this woman who was making, I think, a roast or a ham. So, and as she was making the roast, before she put it in the crock pot, she cut off the end. And, she was watching her mother, that's what it was. And her mother was showing her how to make this pot roast. And she's cutting off the end and putting it in this pot. And at one point, the daughter asked, "Why are you doing that?" And it's like, "Well, my mother taught me to do that." And then it's like, "Well, why did your mother do that?" And they finally asked the grandmother, and the grandmother said, "I cut off the end because it didn't fit in the pot that I had." Did you ever hear that story? It's amazing. So it's like we take on things, patterns, programs that we don't even know why we're doing it. And it becomes habit. It's like, well, this is just what we do. This is just how we respond in this situation. And it's like we just kind of go into it without any conscious awareness of why we're doing it. Okay? So that's a huge example of why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you responding to a situation the way you're responding to a situation? So I look back, and this is where I go back to, I like going back to the root, the core of where a pattern started. And for some of us, it started in past lives. So you think about times when it wasn't safe to be who you were. It wasn't safe to shine and be in your superpower because there were a time on this planet where people with superpowers were killed. They were burned at the stake. They were ostracized. They were kicked out of whatever society they were part of. So there is this long pattern in us. It's a collective energy. It's a collective consciousness that says it's not safe to show who I am. And over the years, I've talked to a lot of people that basically say they're hiding themselves. And if they start talking about what they really know or what they really see, people around them would think they're crazy. And I hear that all the time. So one of my gifts that I really stepped into was the ability to feel, sometimes see spirits, and help them go home. So I'm a Ghostbuster, and I love sending spirits home to where they belong. As I'm talking to other people over the years, they're saying, well, I never told anybody, But I grew up and there was a spirit in my room. But I couldn't tell anybody because they'd think I'm crazy, okay? Or I see color around people, but I can't tell anybody that because they'd think I was crazy. So there's this thing that says, if you step into your superpower, people are going to think you're crazy because there's still a lot of people around us that are still operating from their 5 physical senses. The fact that you're seeing or feeling or experiencing something beyond the 5 physical senses means that you are stepping into your spiritual gifts. This is who you are, and this is what you've brought in to help people awaken to. This isn't something that you need to sit and hide and not tell anybody. So I always encourage people, it's like, start talking about it. And it's amazing when you start talking about it, how many other people are going, oh my gosh, thank goodness. There's another person that sees spirits. There's another person that works with energy or feels energy or walks in a room and knows that something is there. So as you start really opening up, and I encourage each of you to, whatever you need to do, to stop hiding. And it's like you're, I also go back to, I like the parables in the Bible. So one of the things that's coming up right now to share with you, it's that parable of, or that saying that says, you're hiding your light under a bushel, okay? So where are you hiding your light? And if you cover it up, it's not seen. And right now, with everything going on this planet and in this world, we need everybody's light to shine. We have to take the bushel off and shine our light, right? So I'm going to take you into a light, I call it a visualization. You can call it a meditation. But there is a way to consciously connect with your light. And I'm going to take you into that now and help you connect. Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to do. So I'm going to have you relax, get comfortable, your feet connected to the floor, arms and hands uncrossed. The energy is aligned, flowing. Okay? So as we connect in with our higher self, our light, it's really important to calm the personality body. So we're going to begin by visualizing crystalline white light. This is universal prana. There is an abundance of universal prana in the universe. So bring in as much as you need as you do this. And visualize this universal prana coming in through the top of your head, filling your physical body. And as a spiritual being connecting to energy, you can direct this energy to wherever it's needed. So universal prana fills your physical body with light, and as you're bringing it in, direct it to where your physical body needs some extra energy right now, needs some prana. So any place that has pain, discomfort, any stuck energy, send it especially to those areas. Now expand your awareness 2 feet outside of your physical body. And 2 feet outside of your physical body, this is your aura field, and it contains your etheric, emotional, and lower mental bodies. It's called your personality body. This is where your personality lives. So bring in this crystalline white light and fill your aura field with light. And as you continue to bring in this crystalline white light, imagine it like an energy shower. It's cleansing all of your energies that you might have picked up any energetic toxins, pollutions, residues, and just allow all of this to drain down through the bottoms of your feet. Give it to Mother Earth to be recycled. She's the master recycler. In order to really consciously and fully connect with our light, with our superpower, it's really important to quiet the emotional body, the mental body, the chatter. And this chatter sometimes tells us we're not good enough. It keeps us stuck into seeing our life in a black and white experience. So having balanced, quieted your personality body, bring your awareness now an arm's length above your head, 3 feet above the top of your head. And 3 feet above the top of your head, you have a ball of white light. And I call this the quantum point because it is your access point to the quantum field. This is where all of the quantum energy exists, higher vibrational energy. This is how you access the colors of the universe. We exist, our universe exists in an aqua-colored universe. Aqua stands for clarity. So I'm going to invite you to connect with this aqua frequency, this aqua light. And what we have the opportunity to do is grab this energy, grab this color, this frequency, and bring it into our third dimensional reality. So from your quantum point, connecting in with that aqua frequency, bring it down through the top of your head and bring it into your heart. And you are now connecting, as you do this, connecting heaven and earth, connecting something spiritual in the spiritual realms with your body, with the third dimensional world that you live in. And the heart on a physical level circulates blood. You also have a high heart. And the high heart, it's your chakra, your heart chakra, receives light, receives energy, and it also circulates it. And as you bring it into your high heart is circulating this aqua frequency to every cell of your physical body, every atom of your aura field. And it's such a high vibrational energy that it's uplifting. It immediately begins uplifting low vibrational patterns, programs. So as you fill yourself with this aqua frequency, ask what you need clarity on. Or if you need clarity about something in your life, ask the aqua frequency to show you what you need to know. Once you bring in a light frequency, it continues working in your energy field for the next 24 hours. So even if you're not feeling a connection right now, or you're not getting information, what happens is you might be driving and have an aha moment. Or you might have a dream tonight that gives you more information or clarity about something you need in your life. So having filled yourself with this aqua frequency, this aqua light, bring your awareness back to your quantum point. And you can practice holding your awareness at that level, because at this level, you're staying out of your personality now. You have access constantly to the quantum field, and it helps you see from a higher perspective where you need to go and what's coming to you. So holding your awareness at that level, rub your hands together. Bring the palms of your hands in front of your eyes. Slowly open your eyes into your hands. Come back into this room. How many people saw the aqua light? How many saw the color? Okay. How many felt it? All right. So it's a frequency, it's a high vibrational frequency that as you know it's there, you're conscious of it, and you can call it in to your experience to start shifting things in your life. So anything you want to transform, you can call in a color and ask it to transform, help you transform something. So clarity gives you clarity about, you can ask, what mask do I need to let go of? What mask do I need to take off? Okay. Where am I hiding myself? Where am I hiding my light? Okay. So I've been working with color for 18 years now, and I work with it every day. So I love having access. That's my access point. So a lot of times when I'm standing in a grocery line or any kind of line, I call in a color and I radiate light. So when we start working with these light frequencies, it began for me changing my response to a situation. So I'm standing in this long line, and I could either get frustrated and irritated, and that lowers my vibration, or I'm going to go to my quantum point and go, what color should I call in? And when I'm standing in line, the color I always call in is gold. Gold is about manifestation. It amplifies things. So every time I call in the gold and radiate it out, another checkout person comes in and opens up another counter. It's like it happens 99% of the time. Okay? So I'm doing something to uplift the energy instead of bringing the vibration down in myself and around me. Okay? So I started working with color, and I love it. It's like it added color to my life. It totally transformed from who I was to who I am now, and it'll continue to transform. So then I start watching for different signs or different things that talk about color. So one time, this was a few years ago, I walked into my local Target store, and it was summer, it was spring, summer. So as I walked in the store, right above the entrance as you walk in, it's big, huge sign that says, "Color changes everything." So everybody's walking under this banner that says, "Color changes everything." And on this side were all their summer plates, cups, and everything. It was so colorful. Red, yellow, pink, green, lime green. It was beautiful. So it's like as soon as you walk in that store, it's like, whoa, you feel uplifted, right? So I really start watching about color. The colors you wear, the colors you're attracted to, sometimes indicates something that you need. So for instance, royal blue. A lot of times people, it's like, I love blue. I have to wrap myself in royal blue. Royal blue is about protection, and it connects you with your inner power. So it's like, on some level, subconsciously, you're bringing that frequency in around you, and you're wrapping yourself with it. So start looking at what colors are you attracted to, what pops out for you. And every color has a quality, a characteristic. Some of them we know, like emerald green for healing, peaches for joy, royal blue is that power, protection, yellow for wisdom. So every color has a quality, a characteristic, and as we bring it into our lives, it creates this wholeness within ourselves and helps us remember that we are wisdom, we are power, we are joy. It's not something that's outside of ourselves, we embody it. So we can become these colorful beings that walk around carrying our color with us. And that changes everything. Color does change everything. The other thing that came up, I was waking up this morning and a movie popped in as I was preparing for today. So who has seen the movie Pleasantville? Do you remember that movie? Okay. So Pleasantville, I looked it up. I couldn't remember what year it was. It was 1998. So it was a movie that started out in black and white. So you're watching this black and white movie and going, they're making a black and white movie in 1998? So over time, you see this Pleasantville and everybody's happy and everything's as it should be. Everyone has its role and da-da-da. It's this perfect Pleasantville experience, okay? And one by one, and I'm talking to my husband, we're going to rent it again. I haven't watched it for a while. So one by one, people start seeing color. They start waking up, and they start acting different. And the one scene that I remember in that movie that just is so funny, William Macy was the husband in that movie, and his wife was one of the people that started working with color. And it's like, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do the same thing over and over and over again. So she started doing something different. And one night, she didn't come home for supper. And he's sitting in his kitchen. It's dark. He didn't even turn the lights on. And he's sitting there waiting for his wife to come home and make dinner for him. It's like, that's what everybody does. This is what they've done all their life. And now she wasn't coming home to make him supper. And he's sitting there just waiting, confused, like, what's happening? Okay? So when we're in our personality bodies, that's the black and white, where there's no color there. It's black and white thinking. We see things, again, from the 5 physical senses, and we're here to awaken, to know that there's more in this universe than this, whatever our personality is experiencing. So as you connect in with that quantum point, you are connecting in, that's where the color lives. And our job, if you're called to it, is to connect with that and bring it into our 3rd dimensional world. And it's like we don't have to always go there for it, but we have to learn how to go there to get it. But we can start using it in our world around us. So that's what the inner diamond is about. That's what the diamond dowsing is about. So we are connecting heaven and earth. We don't have to, it's not separate. It's like, this is the 5th dimension, this is the 4th dimension, this is the 3rd dimension. All of the dimensions right now are blending. So the 3rd dimensional energy is going up as the 5th dimensional energy is coming down to meet us. So there is this alignment, a connection, a wholeness. There's no separation in the field, only the separation we've created. Okay. So I just want to ask, I want to take you back into one more visualization. So, and I like doing this because once you have that access point, there's 24 colors out there, all right? So there is a color that is specific for you that you need today. So when you go to your quantum point, you can ask at your higher self, this is your higher self now, you can ask your soul, your higher self, what color do I need today? what frequency, what color is going to support me. You can ask for the day, the week, whatever you want. But I'm going to take you back to your quantum point, and you're going to ask that question this time. Okay? So, just take a deep breath, go back into that space. You've already brought in crystalline white light to quiet, balance, calm the personality body. And this is important as you connect in with these higher states of consciousness, higher levels of awareness. It's like we need to, at least for 5, 10, 15 minutes a day, quiet that mental chatter, because that's usually what's operating in our lives. So bringing your awareness back to that quantum point, if you're not already there. And again, this ball of white light, it's your light that you carry within you. And as you walk out of this day, stay with this light, it will uplift other people around you. You're holding the light for them, and not only for yourself. So from your quantum point now, you're connected in with your higher self, and ask your higher self, what color do I need today? And you might hear the color, you might see it, you might know it. I'm seeing all these colors come into this space. It's a rainbow. And from your quantum point, bring that color again down through your top of your head and bring it into your heart. Again, the heart receives it, your high heart. You're bringing it into your heart chakra. It circulates that light, that frequency, filling every cell of your physical body, and allow yourself to receive. And expand it into your aura field, filling your emotional body, your mental body. And again, once you bring in this color, it stays there for 24 hours, continuing to uplift and transform whatever needs to be transformed. Bringing your awareness back to your quantum point. Rub your hands together. Bring the palms of your hands in front of your eyes. Slowly open your eyes into your hands. Gently bring yourself back into the room. All right. Who got a color? Okay. What was yours? Okay. Oh, yes, the pink. Okay. So pink stands for tenderness. So when the color comes in, it's what your soul wants you to receive. So tenderness is about being tender with yourself. Sometimes, and I worked with pink a lot because I was really critical of myself. It's like, relax. Everyone makes mistakes. It's like, just allow the pink. And it's like I needed to get past that self-judgment, okay? So it's a really wonderful color. What was yours? Orange. Oh, I love orange. Bright orange. Orange stands for celebration. So your soul wants you to celebrate, okay? So this is a perfect day to go outside, celebrate the fall, the colors. That's awesome, okay? And the other thing is, sometimes it doesn't want you to do that. It also is doing that. It's celebrating something. So it's all about celebration. Okay, who else? Yes? Whitish yellow, okay. So yellow is wisdom. So you're creating a stronger connection with your inner wisdom. So when you speak from a place of wisdom, we all have inner wisdom. And there's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is what we know. Wisdom is what we carry with us from past lives, from our experiences in this world. So we're sharing your wisdom. Okay. What was yours? Silver. Oh, great colors. So silver stands for magnificence. So your soul is asking you to see your magnificence. Okay? And we are all of these, but what's happened over time, we've gotten disconnected from some of them. And that's why we call it the inner diamond. So I always think of inner diamond, your heart has 24 facets. And some of those facets have gotten dirtied or covered up, and we're supposed to shine. This is who we are. Okay, who else had a color? Yes? Oh, magenta. Magenta stands for peace and harmony. So magenta is sometimes, again, you either need it in your life or that's a color that you're bringing to others. Your soul is connecting in with that frequency. Okay? But now you're embodying it as you bring it into your heart. Okay, one more. Yes? Red. So red, there's a couple shades of red. Is it a ruby red, a cherry red? What color red is it? Okay. It feels like more of a cherry red with a little bit of that brown in it. So cherry red is about passion. So you're connecting in with your inner passion. And this is, so I'm glad you got that color. This is where, as we step into our passion, this takes off the mask. Okay? So a lot of people that I've talked to and have taught over the years, it's like they're passionate about something, but they're really afraid to step into that passion. And again, you look at collective energy, collective consciousness stuff. We've witnessed in most of our lifetimes people being killed for being in their passion. So we had Robert Kennedy, we had Martin Luther King. And it's like these people were totally in their passion, but they got killed. So we see that, and it's like, whoa, I can't step into my passion. We know we're not going to get killed on some mental level, but there's that energy of it's scary. It's scary. So you can. This is something you can do every day: is connect in with your quantum point. Call in a color, even if you don't know what it means. It's knowing it's a quantum color. It's something that your higher self is asking for and wants to embody. You can continue to do that. One of the classes I teach is the Inner Diamond class that helps you. It's called activations or attunements, but we work with the 24 frequencies, connecting you with each one of these frequencies, creating this field of wholeness within yourself. Okay. One last thing, I have a couple more minutes, so I'm going to share one more thing. So one of the things that happened for me after I took the Inner Diamond class that kind of blew me away. So a couple of weeks before I took the Inner Diamond class, I had registered, and I'm laying in bed at night seeing this kaleidoscope of color. I'm going, oh yeah, it's a color class. I'm going to be really seeing all these colors now. And I was up until the class. So I was activated with the colors during the weekend. And after that, it went black. I stopped seeing the color. I'm going, what happened to the color? I want to see the color. So one of the things I got in a meditation, I kept asking, I was like, where's the color? So it's basically what happened is I allowed myself to go blind so my other senses would be heightened. So I started feeling this color, I started hearing the color. Every once in a while I would smell the color, but it's like a blind person. It's like our senses are heightened on other levels. So I'm working with the colors, I'm still bringing them in, I'm still activating or embodying them. So about 6 months after I took the Inner Diamond class, there was a chiropractor at the time who saw etherically. That means he saw color or the energy around a body. So I went into him for the first time. He's going, what are you doing? I said, what do you mean? What am I doing? He said, well, you've got color all around you. I'm going, oh, yeah, I'm working with a color meditation. So he saw it. He confirmed it for me. Now, the thing that blew me away, so that was good, but I had a friend who worked there that referred me to him, and she told me the next week that the third day that he walked in that room, he told her that, tell your friend, the one with the color, tell her every time I walk in the room where she was, the color's still there. Okay? That's our ability, and that's just not my gift or my ability, but once we start working with these frequencies, again, we're bringing them into the third dimension, we're walking around with them, and we're leaving them wherever we go to have other people access these wonderful frequencies, okay? So they're powerful, powerful frequencies that we have a chance to work with. So, I thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And all I can say to close is, I wish you a colorful life. So thank you.